Okay, so we are live. I totally forgot about programming this before I started, and I've been in class all morning up to about 5 minutes ago, and then I suddenly realised I went to put it on, and I hadn't programmed it. Anyway, no problem. It probably mean we'll get less people. Pooja, lovely to see you. Well done. Well done, Pooja, with 2 minutes notice. Okay, so next stream, well, firstly, hi to Ronan and hi to Vitali and to Pooja as well. Okay, the next stream will be on Thursday at 4 p.m. and that will be the sentence transformations. Okay, so here we go with the warm-up to start. Okay, so a verb, to create. So this is reasonably easy. Yeah. So to create as a verb. I'm sure you'll be able to do this one. This one's not hard, but well, we need something to warm us up with. Good morning, Isa. Great to have you. Okay, so to create is a verb. What's the noun? What's the adjective? And what's the adverb? Yeah. And P, great to have you. Yes, no, I just totally forgot to program it, Patricia. That's why the zebras, because I have to make the thumbnail. So let's see. This looks good from Isa and from Vitali as well. So we've got creator, creative, creatively from Isa. We've got creative, creator, creationism from Vitali, creator from Pooja, creation noun as well. So creation, creator. Okay. Creative, and Vitali's put creatively. We'll need an E here. Creationism as well. I've actually seen this word creative used as a noun. He's a creative. He's a person who creates things. Yeah, probably not very formal. Here. Okay, so yes, this is the other one. Well done, Pooja. Creativity. Yeah, creativity. I quite like that. And creationist, definitely Vitali. These are hardline Americans. Yeah, who are more entranced than just about anyone. Well done, Patricia. That's good. So let's go to number 2. Okay, so I think I've only got 2 here. So the noun is analysis. Yeah, the verb, adjective, and the adverb. This one's reasonably easy as well. Okay, so analysis is the noun. I guess you could have other nouns as well. Okay, so analysis. So what came out in the analysis of this? Okay, so analysis. What's the verb? What's the adjective and the adverb? Normally adjective and adverb bit are easy, but not always. I guess analysing would work. There's definitely a better one though. Okay, as a noun, an analyst. Analyses. Okay, from Vitali. Here. I love the problems you have with your corrector, Ronan. Okay, and with Isa as well. Well done, Isa. That's good, Isa. So analyze. to analyze and analytic, and that gives us analytically. Yes, so very, very good, Isa. Well done. Pooja, yes, that's the plural pronoun. Psychoanalytical. That's great, Patricia. I love it. Well done. Okay, so I think those are the only two I wrote. I wrote this about 6 o'clock this morning, so well, we'll see. Okay, so now we are into this article we were doing. The language in this is quite complicating. Okay, Nadiza, great to have you. Analyzingly. I think that would work as well. I think I'm going to put this back. Yeah. Anal retentive. I love it. Okay. Analyzingly. I think it would work as well. Epidemic. Okay, so we have outbreak, epidemic, endemic, exponential, nuisance of loneliness and mental health challenges. Yet the story tells us we stand alone. Okay, this article is about the different stories of life that you could. In the past, we were all subjects of the king or the queen. We are like we are owned by them. Yeah, and they say you do this and you jump and do it. And that moved on to the consumer model, where we're all consumers and we express ourselves by buying stuff. And this article is talking about moving to the citizen story, where we're all citizens and we're all responsible for our society, and we're all responsible for deciding what happens and for guiding our society, not just leave it to the dictator or leave it to the market to decide. So we've got epidemic from Vitali and from Pooja. Okay, so we have an outbreak, epidemic, endemic, exponential, nuisance of loneliness and mental health challenges. Yet the story tells us, this is the consumer story, that we stand alone. Okay, so we've got epidemic from Vitali, from Pooja, from Isa, from Patricia. Okay, an epidemic. What's the difference between an outbreak and an epidemic? Notice endemic is not a noun. Endemic is an adjective. It means that something is normal and natural in a place. So, for example, malaria is endemic in parts of Latin America and in parts of Africa. Okay, so Patricia says, and this is my question, outbreak might work in certain cases, and Nadiza goes for an outbreak. So, ladies and gentlemen, what's the difference between an outbreak and an epidemic? Outbreak is non-endemic. That's actually very good. I like that. Exponential means it's talking about something increasing rapidly, rapid increase. And then a nuisance is a problem, something that bothers us. Yeah, that's a small problem, but a nuisance is a small problem. Okay, so an epidemic, I think, is something where lots and lots of people get a disease or a problem. Whereas an outbreak, it means it starts. There are several cases of it. You could have an outbreak of a disease. It starts. Okay, an outbreak takes place suddenly as well. Yes, that's quite good, Nadiza. I quite like that. So yeah, and there was an outbreak of violence, whereas there was an epidemic of violence. It was everywhere. Patricia, first you have an outbreak, like love, and then it becomes an epidemic. I love it. Isa, outbreak when something starts versus epidemic established at a much larger scale. That's it. That's very good. It's also to do with scale. The outbreak is it breaks out, it escapes, it suddenly starts. Whereas the epidemic says it's suddenly everywhere. Yeah, and clearly epidemic is a much better word. So, very good work. Let's try the next one. Okay, so an outbreak is it starts and then it spreads everywhere, and that's the epidemic. I like Patricia's epidemic of love. The fall of the subject story and the rise of the consumer are demonstration, veracity, authentication, proof that change at the level of a deep story is possible. The citizen story can replace the consumer as the consumer replace the subject. So the subject story, we are all possessions of our great leaders and they tell us what to do. Consumer, we buy things and like that the market defines our world. And the citizen story, we take responsibility and define our world. So this is a good start. So demonstration, veracity, authentication and proof. We've got proof from Vitali, from Ronan and from Pooja. Okay, so let's look at these. So veracity. Veracity talks about the truthfulness of something. So I doubt the veracity of his story, the truthfulness. First you break out in spots, then you become a striped zebra. Okay, yeah, it becomes an epidemic of spots. Okay, so veracity is talking about truth. Authentication is proving that something is real. Yeah, it's proving that it's the real thing. Yeah, very often maybe you go into internet and you do a bank transfer, and then it asks for authentication. It asks for some extra thing to prove that it's you, to prove that it really is you, and this is authentication. Or maybe if you have a painting that you think is by somebody famous, you need an expert to authenticate it, to say that it's true. So our demonstration, I would probably say a demonstration that credentials authenticate who you are. Exactly, Pooja. So proof for Vitali, for Ronan, for Pooja. Authentication for Isa, and proof for Patricia. So very definitely authentic leather, genuine, that's the idea. So proof is the answer. Yeah, authentication proves that something is genuine. Okay, and good, we got two in the next one. Okay, so yeah, to authenticate, yeah, to check that it's the real thing, to prove that it's the real thing. Veracity, Troku, well done, welcome, nice to have you. Veracity from Latin, veritas, exactly. The veracity, the truthfulness. He's a liar, so the veracity of what he says is normally rather dubious. Yeah, the truthfulness, the veracity of what he says. Yeah, this is proof of the veracity of the truthfulness of what he has said. Okay, so in order to translate fetch, execute, realize the citizen future, we must neither accept what we are given as the only possibility, as subjects do, nor throw our puppets, gadgets, toys, games from the pram when we do not like what is on offer. Okay, this one's going to be more interesting. Good. So in order to translate, fetch, execute, realize the citizen future, we must neither accept what we are given as the only possibility, as subjects do, nor throw our puppets, gadgets, toys, games from the pram when we do not like what is on offer, as consumers do. Oh, this is great. We've got 3 different answers for the first one. And we've got 3 different answers for the second one. I love it. Okay, so Vitali goes execute and toys. Pooja goes translate and gadgets. Patricia goes realize and toys. Ronan goes for realize and puppets. Isa goes for realize and puppets. B, great to have you again. B says realize. Okay, so a pram is short for a perambulator. A pram is where you put a baby to take it for a walk. Patricia goes toys or gadgets. So notice this throw art from the pram is a metaphor. Yeah. So think about what effectively this is saying, that behaving like this is behaving like a baby in a pram. Okay, here. Okay, so this first one. In order to translate, Pooja goes for toys. Yeah, it's kids. Okay. So to translate the citizen future, to translate ourselves from the current situation into a citizen future. To fetch is to go somewhere, pick something up and come back. Nadiza goes for puppets. Okay. To execute means to do something, to execute a plan, to execute orders. Yeah? So it's not execute either. Now, I know you all know this verb realize as in understand. I realize what you say is true. But realize has another meaning. To realize meaning to make real, to make real. In order to make the citizen future real. Yes, a tantrum. I love this tantrum. That's the idea. So realize is actually the answer for the first one. To make real the citizen future. Okay, and then yeah, this is a made trade or a collocation. Yes. Well, to execute, to encash, yeah, I guess. Okay, so to execute is to do something, to actually do something, to realize, to make it real, and it definitely fits better. And then to throw your toys from the pram, to have a tantrum, to get really upset. Yeah? It needs to be to throw your toys. Toys fits. I think you could use gadgets. I think you could use games. I think you could use puppets. But toys is the phrase that's normally used, and it's the one that collocates most commonly. Yeah, come on, calm down. Don't throw your toys from the pram. Act like a real adult. Okay, so let's go to the next one. Okay, so yeah, he got really upset and threw all his toys from the pram. I've got this vision of some baby really angry and they're throwing their things out. I've seen my kids do this as well. It's trying to. It's a strategy to get attention. Yeah, it's a set expression. Absolutely, Vitali. As citizens, we must. Lovely to hear. So, if I get time at the end, I will. So, as citizens, we must submit, pose, bid, propose, not just reject. We establish a foundation of belief in one another. So, as citizens, we must submit, pose, bid, propose, not just reject. Yes. Okay. This is interesting. Okay, so as citizens we must submit, pose, bid, propose, not just reject. So we've got submit from Pooja, from Vitali, and from Patricia, and from Ronan. Pose by submit by Nadiza. We must submit, not just reject. We must pose, not just reject. We must bid, not just reject. Issa's gone propose. This is going to be an interesting one. So, to pose. You pose a question. You put a question. Yeah? B's gone for pose and Toku's gone for submit. To pose a difficulty. This means to put. Yeah, but to and it needs to be transitive. For posing belief, it could work, but normally to pose a difficulty, to pose a problem. To bid means to offer. Yeah, in an auction you bid. I bid 20, he bids 30. Troku's now changed his or her mind to propose. Okay, I threw the keys from my pram when grandmother was taking me to the garden. You threw them over the wall as well, probably. I love it. Okay, so it's not pose and it's not bid. To submit. I don't like submit at all because it's not clear if you are submitting an idea or if you're submitting, you're giving up, you're giving in. Yeah, and I would say we must submit proposals, we must submit ideas. And here, propose. So well done Issa and well done Troku as well. So wow, nice to have you Empire 47. PM 2:53 PM, not AM, Empire, because this class is made to be Far East friendly. Okay, so yeah, to propose, to suggest. Yeah, we must propose new ideas. Whereas submit, this is, you submit an idea, but this is, you normally submit something in a written form, or you submit a document, or you submit an application. Propose is much more suitable in this case. Yeah. Okay, so let's go for the next one. Okay, so to propose an idea, to pose a problem, to pose a difficulty. Okay, so let's continue. I'm not sure, it's quite soon, Ronan. It's now down to 9 days per 1,000. Okay, we must start where we are, accept responsibility, and create meaningful, expressive, earnest, cardinal, opportunities for each other to contribute as we do so. We must step up and step in. Submit if you're at work. I agree. Propose an idea. Yeah? To pose a problem. Okay, so I like this phrase, step up and step in. We must step up. We must be more responsible, and we must step in. We must take action. So we must step up. We must take responsibility. We must femme soumise. Yes. Okay, so we must step up. We must improve, and we must step in. We must participate. So, let's see. Meaningful. Good. We've got meaningful from Vitali, from Pooja, and now from Ronan as well. Step up to the plate. That's the idea. Step up onto the podium. And to step in, to intervene. Yeah, so meaningful for Patricia as well. Okay, so cardinal, something that's cardinal is very important. It's main, it's principle. The cardinal rule of doing bad things is not to get caught. Yeah, so that's my cardinal rule. Do anything you want, but don't get caught. Earnest for Isa. If somebody is earnest, they're very serious. They believe strongly what they are saying or what they are doing. They're very keen. They're trying hard, and I don't think I would use an earnest opportunity. They're very sincere. Yeah, sincere opportunities. No. If you describe somebody as expressive, they express themselves very easily. They express their ideas. They express their emotions. No, definitely meaningful. Yeah, significant. Yeah, they actually have meaning to them. Yeah, so a meaningful idea, a meaningful suggestion. It's not meaningless. Okay, so, yeah, the importance of being earnest. Okay, so here we go. As the newfangled, breakthrough, unprecedented, pioneering architect and designer Buckminster Fuller wrote, "You never change things by fighting the existing reality. To change something, create a new model that makes the existing models rusty, discarded, corny, obsolete." Okay, so as the newfangled, breakthrough, unprecedented, pioneering architect and designer Buckminster Fuller wrote, "You never change things by fighting the existing reality. To change something, create a new model that makes the existing models rusty, discarded, corny, or obsolete." So we've got pioneering for Vitali and Pooja, and obsolete for those two as well. Pioneering for Ronan and for B. I submit to a higher authority, but notice it's propose as in suggest. We need to suggest, not just reject. And we've got obsolete as well for B. So B's gone pioneering and obsolete. Yeah, you seem to be doing better today, B. That's good. Obsolete for Ronan as well. Pioneering and obsolete for Isa. This looks like it's going to be a landslide in favour of this one. Newfangled and discarded for Nadiza. Newfangled and discarded for Nisa. Okay, newfangled is something that somebody might somebody old will say, this newfangled invention, the mobile phone. Yeah, something that's newfangled. This is criticizing it, saying you don't really like it. It's new and complicated. Yeah, so new and complicated doesn't work. A breakthrough, Yes, I like that, Vitalia. That's very good. Newfangled is newly invented, but probably too complicated and unnecessary. That's quite good. I quite like it. A breakthrough is a discovery. Unprecedented means this hasn't happened before. Yeah. We have seen unprecedented weather conditions. A precedent is when something has happened before, to set a precedent. So if something has happened before, then that's a precedent. Okay, pioneering. Yeah, groundbreaking. Discovers new things. Yeah, starting new techniques. So a pioneering architect wrote. Okay, that makes the existing models rusty. I think makes the existing models look rusty. That makes the existing models discarded. That makes us discard the existing models. Rusty, yeah, is old, yeah. Is not working very well. But notice the existing model goes as it goes. Trailblazing, pioneering, that's good. Okay, so unprecedented, magnanimous or consummate, that's okay. Yeah, but that's unprecedented. In this one, it's pioneering. Sorry, I do miss from time to time. Sort of like a gadget and a gimmick, newfangled gimmick. Okay, what about this word corny? What does corny mean? The right answer here is obsolete. Yeah, so something becomes obsolete. It becomes old-fashioned. Okay, so yeah, that makes the existing models obsolete. So what's this word corny? Where would we use this word corny? I'm going to put the... What is corny? Okay, yeah, I'm about to finish, Ronan. You're absolutely right. Sorry. Okay, so what's the meaning of this word corny? Where do we use corny? A corny what? Yeah, well, okay. Trite. If you don't speak right or think in a language, it gets rusty. That's good for rusty. Okay, a corny joke. Yeah, it's hackneyed. It's something you've heard time and time and time again. It's boring. The plot for this movie was really corny. Yeah, traditional and boring. Banal, Bihan. I love it. That's a good word as well, Bihan. Okay, so conning. No, corny. A corny joke is boring. Yeah, it's old-fashioned. Hey, your way of thinking when you're not serious. No, you're usually pretty original, Patricia. Okay, I'm going to stop there. So, write your questions now, because I want to thank everyone for coming to start with. Findaz, great to see you. So, thank you, Patricia. Thank you, Pooja. Thank you, B. Thank you, Ben. Thank you, Vitali. Thank you, Ronan. Thank you, And who else? Thank you, Nadiza. Good to have you. Thank you, B, as well. And thank you, Isa. And Pooja. And Ronan. And Empire 47. And Troku as well. Okay, and B again. Okay, and I think that's it. So let's see what said. English has so many words. I just have a single life. It's so unfair. Okay, get the hang of. To learn something. Okay, to get the hang of it is to understand how to do something. Is to get the way that it works. Where did you get the hang of it from? Yes, I guess you could. Yeah, where did you, I would probably say, who did you get the hang of it? But very often you get the hang of something by practicing on. It's probably more common you get the hang of something by just doing it. Somebody gives you some instructions, yeah, and you know how to do it. But to get the hang of it, you understand more the very small details. I guess you could say, where did you get the hang of it? But I would probably say, how long did it take you to get the hang of it? Yeah, I think it would work. Trite would definitely work as a synonym. Commonplace, cliched. I like that as corny. Yes, Findaz, I'm sorry, that's the end. When is that party? Well, maybe soon. So, thank you all for coming. It's been brilliant to have you. Are cardinal and principal synonyms? Yes, they're close synonyms, definitely, Pooja. Okay, enough. I've been at this all morning. So, thank you for coming. It's been great to have you, and I will see you on Thursday. I need to write that. Next Thursday, 20th of Oct at 4 p.m. And that will be sentence transformation. Thank you for coming as well. So, at 4 p.m, I need to define that UK time. Okay, so I'm sorry about not programming today's earlier. I just totally forgot about it. So, thank you all for coming.